Good morning, students. In this NTSC class, I will take your first paper of mental ability test, and in this mental ability test, I will take the topic of logical Venn diagram. Now, this logical Venn diagram concept was given by Professor Newman. He explained the different attributes, different characteristics of different groups with the help of circles only. And in our daily life, we do not use circles for all types of things. We may use to represent things in the form of triangles, in the form of squares, in the form of parallelograms, in the forms of trapeziums also. So while discussing our problems of our day-to-day life, we may use them to take as a symbolic form to represent our things. Now we come to B part, that is types of Venn diagrams. Now there are different types of Venn diagrams to explain the different types of situations. Here we will discuss some important Venn diagrams as explained by Newman to differentiate the different characteristics and their qualitative and quantitative aspects also. Now our first diagram is of disjoint circles, means they have nothing in common. Set A, set B, set C. Now these three sets A, B, C, say they represent different types of professions. Set A represent teacher, set B represent doctor, set B represent engineers. Now these three professions have nothing in common. So that is why they are represented by three different sets. Next comes to the second diagram. In second diagram, we have three circles. One set of circle is contained in another circle, and another circle is contained in the third one circle. One is the smallest one, second is the smaller one, and third one is the smallest one. One is small, another is smaller, and third is smallest one. That is, A is the smallest one, B is the smaller, and C is the bigger set. Now this set C contains, for example, hours. Now set C has hours, so this house C also contains minutes, set B, and set B also contains seconds, set A. So A is the smallest set of seconds, B is the set of minutes, and C is the set of hours. And this represent a concentric circles, that is, they have a common center and have something in common, and that common element is our time, because time is represented in terms of hours, minutes, and seconds, hours have minutes also. That is why we have represented all this information with the help of these three circles in concentric form. Now we come to three different forms of groups A, B, and C. For example, set A is of pets, set B is of pets, and set C is again of set pets. A is of dog, which are some pets which is in B, and B also have pets, and this contains a set C of cats. Now A, B, and C are three different groups: A, dogs, B, pets, C, cats. Now all cats are not pets and all dogs are not pets, so that is why A and C are different one, but pets are some dogs as well as some cats. So this is represented by set C. Now we come to diagram 4. In diagram 4, A stands for our chairs and B stands for tables, and these two things A and B are contained in the bigger set C, that is of furniture. Now furniture is a group of chairs and tables, and chairs and tables are two different things. Chairs are used for sitting and tables are used for keeping things. It may be our copies, it may be our tables, or some other things also, but we never sit on table. So A and B are two different things, but they are contained in furniture, that is set C. Now we come to number 5. That is A and B. For example, set A is of fathers. Here set means group. A is a group of fathers. B is a group of brothers. Now father and group are both males. So they have one common property, A and B. That is why they are intersecting one. Father and brothers are males, and these fathers and males and fathers and brothers are contained in set C also, that is our set of human beings. Every human being is a father or a brother, and father and brother are males. That is expressed in diagram 5. Now come to diagram 6. In diagram 6 we have 3 circles, and these are not other both, these are 3 1. A, B, C. Set A is of government employees, set B educated persons, and set C is clerks. Now these 3 are 3 different groups, but every government employee may not be educated, and every educated person may not be a clerk. Clear? And third thing is, there may be some persons who are government employee, educated, as well as clerks also. So this thing is explained by diagram 6. Now we come to diagram 7. In this diagram, A and B have a common property. For example, set A is or a group of professors. Here set or group is the same thing, so we should not be confused about it. A group of professors. Now set B is a group of authors. Now every professor may not be a author, and every author may not be a professor, but some authors may be professor, and some authors may be professors, and some professors may be authors also. That is why I have represented A and B as 2 groups or sets with having a common property, and set C is their sibling. Sibling because of small child, a boy or a girl, he may be a child, and that child is not a professor and author because of small age. That is why I have represented set C as a different group. So diagram 7 explains that 2 groups or 2 sets have some common property, but set C is entirely different from these 2 groups which doesn't have something in common. Now let us come to diagram 8. In diagram 8, group A is of mothers, group B is of females, and group C is of doctors. Now here every mother is a female, so that is why A is contained in B or B contained A, but every doctor is not a female, and as well as every doctor is not a mother. Some doctors may be females as well as mothers also. Now we come to number 9. In number 9 we have A is contained in B and C contains some part of B only. For example, set A is of fathers and set B is of males. Every father is a male and set C is children. So every male has some children, and that children is of every male, and father is a part of males. That is explained in this diagram 9. Now we come to 10th diagram. This 10th diagram is different from others one because I have specially used 3 different things. One is rectangle, second is square, and third is triangle. A stands for, say, some government employees. B stands for educated persons, and C stands for urban people. I have explained this thing in earlier diagram also with the help of circles, but here I have tried these three different things to show that our conclusions are the same. It doesn't matter we either take circles or take different types of figures. Here government employees are represented by rectangles, and this rectangle has some part in triangle also, that is urban people, and set B, which I have considered as our clerks, or which I have considered as clerks. So they have common part here that every government employee may belong to urban or may be a clerk, and that clerk also belongs to our educated group. But every educated person is not a government employee, is not an urban people or clerk. That is explained here. So my conclusion of this most important chapter is that we have to go through these diagrams very carefully, and these diagrams will help us to solve our assignments, which I am going to present you now. Now remember, one thing is that whatever I have said is not a final conclusion. We may have to apply our mind while solving our questions in the assignments, and that depends upon how we use these 10 diagrams, because every question has different analogy and different application of these 10 statements. Thank you very much. Today I will present to you this video as well as my assignments for study carefully and try to learn something from them. I hope you will learn as well as practice it regularly. Thank you very much.